So Gaffer, back to Tuesday night, a 1-1 draw away at Chippenham Town. Down to 10 men for a majority of the second half, but undoubtedly had the better chances in that second half and should have won the game.
Yeah, they had a couple, but we had 4 unbelievable chances, and they did very well to keep those 4 opportunities out of the net. And every one we had a head in our hands after we had our hands up in the air, thinking this has got to be a goal, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. So it was a good finish by us with 10 men. The lads absolutely put in a fantastic effort throughout the game, but especially when we were down to 10 men with a 60-odd mile-an-hour gale and wind and rain in our faces. So we were brave in seeing that game out, and obviously the equaliser came during that time. But it was a very good half an hour by a group of lads that were that really wanted to keep the opposition out.
And obviously, as you say, treacherous conditions on Tuesday night, but once again the Yellow Army played their part, got behind the boys, and on a really horrible Tuesday evening. Yeah,
they were, and I don't think they had too much cover from the rain either. It really was unbelievable, and so and they could see, I think, that the boys were putting in the effort needed, and that we were actually very unfortunate not to have come away as winners. So no, we thank them, because it's still a fair old trip in that weather. We hope they all got home safely, but they still had their shirts on, their scarves and hats and things. So we need them now, and we really appreciate their support.
Now we're coming into a tricky February, and lots of games coming up. Is it 8 games throughout the month, Saturday, Tuesday? But injury returns are now starting to happen. We've seen the return of Tom Lapsey. We saw Dan Martin last Saturday as well, although obviously out due to illness on Tuesday night. Is it now the case of that the team is only going to get stronger? Aaron Jarvis, Kevin Dawson on commentary on TUFC radio on Tuesday night, alluring to that they're getting close as well. It's coming at the right time.
Yeah, well, Brad Ash has come in as well, and you've got Finlay Crask was on the bench. Well, no, he wasn't on the bench, but he was on the bench. So he's now ready to start if selected, and then we have quite a few that are almost days away now. I know Jarves feels that he's sort of weeks away, a couple of weeks, but we'll try and bring that a little bit closer if we can, because it's when you've been out for a long time with certain injuries, it becomes a confidence thing. So he's working hard. He's working hard on the pitch, training. He's not training with the main group yet, but he will soon. And Jack Stobbs, of course, who's very, very close. Evidently, today the report was, because he did a pitch session today, and his run-in was very, very good. And he's striking a ball now, so he's not a million miles away either. So it's you're right, it can only get stronger, as the song says.
This Saturday, the games keep coming thick and fast. Tricky away game at Worthing. We saw them here first, home game of the season. Really good side, looked a good solid unit, and are up in second in the table. So it's obviously a tricky one, but they've lost quite a few games this season as well, so it's certainly winnable.
Yeah, every game's winnable, and every game's losable, if that's a word. And they've been a very consistent side. We've got 2 games in hand on them, 5 points away. So if you get a draw, you're still 5 points away. If you get a win, you're only 2 points away with 2 games in hand. And if you lose, you're going to be 8 points away with still 2 games in hand. But that's, your games in hand don't reach them, even though there's still a lot of the season to go. So it's a big game for them, and it's a big game for us. And although it's not won and lost on that day, the 3 points would be very, very handy in this type of game. They're a good side. to keep the ball. You've got to cope with that, and you've got to keep the ball yourself. So it's and they got a striker, of course, who's in form and managed to keep himself fit all season, and has got 20 odd goals at this stage. So we have to be aware of what they do well.
Now, earlier today there was a statement released regarding potential new stadium. Exciting times for Torquay United.
Yeah, very very exciting. I know that our board of directors have been working very hard over the last few months with the local council, and there looks to be light at the end of the tunnel, as it were, and it's fantastic for the football club, its supporters. It's not actually. There's still a few things that has got to happen, of course, but it looks like everybody's excited by it, and so it's good for the Bay, good for our supporters, good for our recruitment, all that sort of thing. Is fantastic, and I was very pleased to hear that it's a little bit further down the road now. So congratulations to everybody that's got it to this stage at least.